And we back at it. Up next, NBA action. And I'm rolling with my young nephew, Get Up T Money.
What it do? What it do?
In the
YouTube?
building. And we're gonna drop some things on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Give y'all some of that B-Town fandom and NBA view. And oh, my man here is a true baller. You know what I'm saying? He be out here. He's collegiate level. You know what I'm saying? So if you see him on the court, be careful because you could get that business, son.
Straight
You get that business.
every time.
Just saying, take a couple steps back. When I'm in decision, yeah, do it right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we gonna, not digress. We're gonna get into the action. Nephew, NBA All-Star lineup was announced. You seen the lineup?
I have, but I did not. I didn't check out every player, so I definitely need some
Oh.
refreshing up.
Oh, cause okay.
Yeah, I seen them on IG, and I just scrolled past. I
Okay.
was like,
Well, the NBA, the All Stars are always going to be elite, but these lineups are pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. I gotta say, in the past, I've definitely been like, I don't know about this one. I don't know about these ones are pretty solid. So I'm definitely interested in your feedback. Here we go. So on the East, we got Giannis, of course. I mean, the Greek Freak is still out here doing what he do. You know what I'm
MVP.
saying? That's what it is. And of course, right on the list, Joel Embiid. I'm just
MVP.
saying. There we go.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. MVP, just automatics. You know what I'm saying?
Back to back.
Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Celtics.
We know about Tatum.
Number one, you know what I'm saying?
That's-
Number two,
that's Tatum right
last
there.
year, always up
This
in the
is Tatum.
playoffs, like, you know what it is. Anyway, Tyrese Halliburton,
Ali B.
totally deserved, man. Totally deserved. 2020, he's 2020 in pieces, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have, like a three game streak or something like that in 2020?
I think it was. I'm not sure what it was, but Hallie's been going crazy with the 10 plus assists and zero turnovers. He's definitely come a long way from starting in Sacramento and coming to Indiana and really, working his way into becoming a superstar that he is today. So definitely deserves it.
Huge reason they were in the in tournament finals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like his levels of respect went up notches
heavily
with the way he helped them start their season this year. So,
Absolutely.
and then of course Dame Time Lillard. That's the East starting 5 All Star. Okay.
That's
2 MVPs plus
tough.
Dame, Tyler Halliburton, and Jason Tatum.
That's solid. That's a problem right
Okay.
there. That's a problem right there.
Now you gotta go to the West though.
Mm-hmm.
It's always heavy in the West. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be crazy heavy in the West.
The West is
Captain of the squad. Oh, and that's why Giannis was named first. He's captain of the squad.
okay.
He's captain of the squad. I'm not sure about that, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second.
Okay.
In the West, captain of the squad, first named LeBron James.
LeBron.
What's the king? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That just makes sense. As long as he's playing, right?
King James.
As long as he's playing, it's
he's
just
gonna be a starter for the rest of his
okay.
career.
It just feels right to
Just
me.
like MJ.
You gotta
like Kobe.
decline. And if you don't decline, then that's.
It's hard to question
know.
that.
I haven't seen it yet. He's still beating up Father Time. It's a real thing. It's a
It's
real thing.
unfortunate, but it's real.
It's unfortunate. No, I think it's fortunate.
It's
We're all
unfortunate
very fortunate.
for the rest of the league.
Oh, that's their problem.
For the rest of the
let
league.
them hold that bag. Then we got Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I mean, there are some strong feelings on Kevin Durant, but him being an all-star is solid, so there's no question about that,
Unquestionable.
right? Okay, all right, we're good on that. And then Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
Okay.
Obviously, again, that's their MVP. Oh,
I mean LeBron.
LeBron MVP. Jokic MVP. So 2 MVPs on the West, 2 MVPs on the East. There we go. Luka.
Duka.
And then, rounding out the starting 5, SGA.
Shea Money.
Gilgeous Alexander.
Okay.
I mean, so now
Shea Money.
you've heard the 2 starting 5s. I mean, just on your knowledge of where they at right now. This year, not all time, blah blah blah. No. Right now, this season, how they balling? Do we got a game, or is this?
So going back to that East lineup, who do we have at the 2?
At the 2 is
Tatum.
no Tyrese Halliburton. Tatum's considered a forward.
Yeah, who's playing the 1 for them?
Damian Lillard. Dame time.
Dame, Tyrese, Tatum, Giannis, and Joel. And then on the other side, you got Shea.
Yep. Luka
at the 2.
Then who do you
you
put at the
probably
3?
you
I
probably
said
run,
Bron's at the 3.
Yeah, Bron's at the 3.
Durant's at the 4.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then Jokic at the 5.
Right. I don't know how you might run that. How you think they might run that? Luka 1 and Shea at the 2, or Shea 1 and Luka at the 2?
I mean,
they're interchangeable.
I guess, yeah. I guess.
They're interchangeable.
That's
I'm
true.
sure they'll be able to adapt. And they're world beaters right now, so I'm sure they'll adapt to.
And it's like,
each other.
again, it's it's all star. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I like. I don't know. I think I like the East.
you like the East over that West lineup? Really?
The East.
Really?
I don't know, man.
Really? I mean, first off, to hear you actually pick a non-LeBron James team is kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, you can't.
What?
You
What's
can't always
happening
stick
right now?
with the GOAT.
Huh?
You know, you can't always stick with the GOAT.
What?
You know, you gotta stray away from it sometimes.
Huh?
You know, and this year, you got a lot of. I don't think that not necessarily young talent on the East outside of Tyrese and Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
but you have a lot of solidified talent. You know, with Giannis and Joel, I feel like those are two of the most unguardable guys in the league right now. You know, in terms of just being dominant. You know, you got both of them on the same team. I don't know what KD and Jokic are going to be able to do too much about that. You know, not that KD and Jokic ain't going to get theirs too, but
Right.
but,
I mean, again, I'm thinking about it from the perspective of, again, it's the All-Star. So, it ain't going to be a lot of defense. So, defense don't really matter as much.
Right.
We talking about scoring.
Right.
And when you talk about scoring, and then I look and I go, Shea Gilgeous, Luka, Kevin Durant, scoring is not going to be a problem on that side of the ball at all.
And then you got LeBron and Jokic to facilitate all that.
Right, and on the other side, I mean, Jason's been known to be very jumper friendly and not necessarily care if he's on a cold streak. Dame's names, if he's not getting to the rack, I mean, his shooting is like timely shooting. His shooting is not like I get buckets all the time from deep. Yeah, Damian Lillard is a great point guard. He gets the middies. He gets into the bucket a lot, and he hits timely, big time threes. But he's not like out there 3-point contest. Dame Lillard.
I don't know. I don't know if I can get with you.
Really? Okay. All right. Maybe I'm okay. Listen.
I think me personally, I consider Dame a 3-level.
Because you watch more NBA than I do, so I respect. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some more Dame.
I think Dame's definitely.
I didn't mean no disrespect, Dame.
Shooter.
No smoke. Ain't no smoke. I'm just saying.
I'm
just
but
saying.
Like you said, he's. I think his game is, like you said, more to get to the rim first. I don't think he's just get straight to like a Curry. He's not just come straight out the gates blazing threes.
Right.
But I would consider him a shooter. I'm not leaving that guy open. Like, that's the last thing I wanted.
Okay. All right.
But they do have some, like you said, they have some shot heavy guys on their team with Tatum and Dame, and Giannis needs the ball to be really at his full potential. Same with Joel Embiid. And they're not. I would agree with you that they're not the best off-ball players. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I could see how that could affect the team.
So you got this going to the East, but it is a game.
It is great.
No blowout happening.
LeBron
We got greatness
James
versus
and
greatness
Jokic
happening.
and,
So
you know,
we're gonna see what happens.
we're gonna
you know
see
what I'm
a
saying?
great game.
Good, entertaining game. I'm looking forward to some alley oops. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of, you know what I'm saying? Half court, just throw them up there. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Type
that's gonna
shots. You
happen.
know what I'm saying?
Curry.
So we know who the lineup is, and so now the question becomes: do you feel like anybody got snubbed?
I mean, they don't have no bench. Did they have the benches?
Oh yeah, of course. Let's see where that's at. What we have, they have to do it by position. I have to look at it by position. Where do you want to start? You want to start in the front court, or you want to start in the with the guards?
Start with the guards.
East,
East,
or
yes.
west? East guards. So East guards. We know who the top two finishers are: Tyrese Halliburton and Dame Lillard, followed by Jalen Brunson,
Okay.
Trae Young,
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. Those are the three guards that are off the bench.
I presume they're the three that follow in terms of votes.
And then, is there anybody I feel has been snubbed in terms of guards? In the East, you said Brunson. What was the second one?
I'm sorry, I started to go to the next position.
You're all right.
Brunson, Trae Young, and Donovan Mitchell.
And Donovan Mitchell are the guards out of the East.
Donovan Mitchell's pretty tough. I'm saying I think that he might have actually had a shot. You know what I'm saying? At pushing Dame out of that spot.
Definitely, and I feel like that might have been a better off-ball threat than Dame for sure. Coming out of the starting lineup with
I
Tyrese.
feel bad because I feel like I'm shooting at Dame again, and after I just got finished shooting at Dame, you know what I'm saying? But
You know.
but don't worry, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, like it's one of those factors of he's now not responsible for lifting as big a load. He's
Right.
over there with Giannis, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so, Tyrese Halliburton, he's definitely elevated what the Pacers are doing. You can see him as a clear one on that squad.
While Dame
While
hasn't
Dame can't
lived up
claim
to that
that,
same
and
potential.
he hasn't. I don't know if I feel like he's had the same impact on the game really when, you know what I'm saying, unless Giannis has either been like, injured or not playing or whatever,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't felt like he's had the same kind of
impact.
game impact,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that I'm used to seeing from Dame so far. So I guess that's why I'm questioning that one. That would be my one to question.
I think, his first year, that's the only reason I'm not getting on him too much. Like you said, his numbers have definitely stumped down. He's not the same player he was in Portland.
Mhm.
But, in Portland, that was his team.
Right.
Now he's having to come into a different situation. Have to respect that he's not the best player on the team. He's not the main guy. And this is the first time in his career taking a second fiddle role, I feel like. So, it's going to be an adjusting time. And
Right. True. So we'll see.
halfway through the season.
I'm not against it. I'm not against Dame being the starting all-star
Right.
guard for the East.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, I could
There are
see
some other options.
I could see Donovan Mitchell feeling like, waved on me, huh? All right, I got it.
Same thing with Jalen Brunson. He's had the Knicks.
Yeah,
looking
Jalen
amazing
Brunson
as their
too.
best player.
Jalen Brunson is definitely, but again, and I'm not no shade, but he's got guys that have helped him carry the load, and OG has really seemed like the one that's really like helped him fully blossom.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I mean, that trade, I didn't think it was going to be this big of an impact, to be honest with
But
you.
it has been.
But
huge
it
for
has been huge for them. So again, when you got that scenario of, because Jalen Brunson definitely kind of like took over the star role for the Knicks when he came in, because it was all about Julius Randle before that. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever
And
it
they
is
tried to
about.
do the thing where they share it, but Randle has weird playoff moments. You know what I'm saying? Where
Randle has weird
because he's
moments
not
all the time.
that okay. I was trying to give him a little bit of grace, but you just shot him down. All right, go ahead. But I feel like OG has come in and sort of created a balance that again, it's not really now fully all on
Jalen
Brunson anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Julius Randle can just play a little bit even more free. You know what I'm saying? So. I mean, I do love Jalen Brunson. Again, his game has done what it's supposed to, especially, like he was playing in Dallas, of course, and he was definitely not, he was second fiddle to Luka, clearly,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he come over here and really elevated his game, you know what I'm saying, to another level. So a lot of respect to Jalen Brunson. So I could definitely see him feeling like, hey, what about me?
Mm-hmm.
Then we got for the front court, again, 3 starters we had was Giannis, Tatum, and Embiid, followed closely by Jaylen Brown, Paolo Banchero, and Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. Oh, and I'll include Kristaps Porzingis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, top 8 All-Star voting. 3 Boston Celtics. I like those numbers. I like those numbers. That's what I'm talking about. Recognize, people. Recognize.
We represent.
I am a little again. Jaylen Brown being like right under the starting line. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. He's
a lot of talent in our
6-man status. Son, come right off there, bang on the head. You know what I'm saying? Get some posters.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. I mean, not necessarily too much size. I mean, we'll Porzingis that gives us all the size we need.
I'm a Heat fan, but the Heat haven't done it right now this season, so I don't feel like Jimmy should be higher than where he's at. I think this is perfect, to be honest with you. I don't have any issues with this. I don't feel snubbery happening in this section.
Yeah, I don't hear. I'm not. No names are coming immediately to mind that are missing.
Okay.
Off of that list. So yeah. Oh, I can't think of anybody who was snubbed necessarily.
All right. Well, for the West, let's move over to the West. On the West side, again on the guards, we had, of course, Luka, Shea, well deserved. Followed closely by Steph Curry, then Anthony Edwards, and Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
The only one there that really should feel snubbed is Anthony Edwards.
Yes, because he's leading the number. He's on the number 1 team in the West.
Anthony Edwards should be in the starting lineup of the All Stars easily right now. That's a snub.
His numbers aren't better than Luka's, but his winning factor is better than Luka's.
Okay.
So that's always a big thing to look at.
Yeah.
Numbers are deceiving. Luka's putting up 30, 10 and 10 right now with his teams 6 or 7 in the conference.
Right.
While AE's only putting up about 25, but he's actually leading to wins.
Again, I respect Dubs. And lifting your team up. There's a leadership factor that goes into being an all-star level player. And again, Anthony Edwards has it. And man, you got snubbed, bro. That's my opinion. 100%. There we go. For the front court, following the 3 starters again, who were LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Jokic. Say his name.
Jokic.
I'm just eating it right
Jokic.
now. I just can't say it. Anyway, Kevin Durant, followed by AD, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and then Sengun. Yep.
Sengun.
And believe it or not, just below him, Victor Wembanyama.
Okay. So you said AD.
Kawhi.
PG.
Yep. And then Sengun.
Sengun above Harden. No, that's the front court. Sengun.
That's the front court. Yeah.
I can't think of.
I mean, I love what AD's been doing all year, but I mean, I can't put him in front of Can you put him in front of Kevin Durant? You can't put him in front of Jokic.
I'm not trying.
I'm not putting anybody in front of
the
Jokic.
lineup.
Forget about
He
that.
can sit right on the bench. Where he's at.
Oh, stay on the bench, son. He been balling this year,
He's
though.
been balling.
He been playing up to the actual what he's supposed to play this year. Like, I mean, it's actually one of the big mysteries for me this season is how the Lakers' position in the standing is so low, but you actually finally have a season where LeBron and AD are fairly healthy, playing almost all of the games, and AD is dropping almost 25 a night plus. So, in doubling.
No AD standing, but like we said, like I was also saying again, the team success. You know,
Okay, true.
AD's doing amazing, but the Lakers still
But
ain't doing
if
too
that's
good.
the truth, then you go, but LeBron's on.
Say it again.
Yeah, but LeBron made it.
LeBron. I mean, yeah. I don't feel not that LeBron doesn't deserve it, but like we said, it's LeBron James.
That's
you know?
GOAT rule.
Goat rule.
Goat
Basically.
rule. All right.
You know,
I submit to GOAT rule. I won't even argue it
You know.
because it just
Yeah.
it makes sense
It
to me.
trumps a lot of things.
Two Clippers though, both Kawhi and Paul actually getting nods towards the All Star is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? They both actually healthy and playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they about where they belong though, because again of the competition, who's ahead of them type of thing.
Right. You got younger and more
Or is that
producing
true?
talent.
Is Kawhi this year, right now, could you consider him better than Kevin Durant?
Would I?
I mean,
personally, would I consider?
played more games. Clippers are in a better position seed-wise. He's clearly still the de facto leader of that team,
Yep.
even with Harden on the floor.
He's definitely their best player still. That's a conversation to have.
Okay.
That is a conversation to have because,
Mhm.
like you said, Kawhi's the best player on his team. They're in a better position in terms of the standings. So, I mean, I have no argument with that. Kawhi's definitely in the caliber of player that Kevin Durant is. So, there's no arguing that. Is there an argument for does Kawhi have a better team right now?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, easy yes. I don't know why I'm hesitating as much as I did just now. Yes.
Yeah, Westbrook.
Yes. Yeah, again, yeah. The Clippers are loaded. And again, I'm surprised that they're
Harden.
managing to balance all the
Everything.
egos and everything,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
It's going
And be-
amazing.
Yeah,
The
amazing.
They have. So,
Considering the past antics with both Westbrook and Harden,
Yep.
and then, you know what I'm saying, the health conditioning situations of both PG and Kawhi, for all of them to all be able to kumbaya
it is
and
amazing.
got them in the 4th seed spot, like,
Right.
I'm flabbergasted actually right now because it's working. I mean, it
But
should.
it should
on
work.
paper,
Right. It should
works,
on paper. Because
obviously.
there's a whole bunch of talent.
Right.
But
In real
NBA.
life, in the NBA, we keep seeing these
Super
mashings
teams
of super teams
not
fail
work.
because of random things like ego and health. So there you go.
but they definitely have a team of great players and a great combination of players. And Ty Lue has been doing a great job keeping them afloat, even through all these load management seasons that they've had, and all just the playoff performances they've had. Ty Lue has been there for all of them. So
I could get into
He's
more
been very
conversation,
consistent.
but I'm gonna stop right there because then we'll be talking about a lot of
whole bunch of different stuff.
non-all-star related
Yeah.
things. And as we leave, and before we leave all-star conversation, I do want to ask the final question related to all-star, which is this coming all-star weekend. What's your interest level? And you know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you know of that's going on all-star wise that you know what I'm saying is different, or because I haven't heard of anything. Sometimes they try experimenting with things, but
I haven't
nothing
heard.
that I've seen or read or heard about that they're like even like testing. Period. Like, I think there was I don't know if it was last year before, that they did some kind of like street ball, almost like a horse style thing or something like that, game or whatever. Like, it was a test run thing or something like that, but I never saw anything else about it after the one time.
I can't think
of any.
Of any night, except for back in the day when they did one
What?
a horse thing.
Oh, like yeah. Well, like I said, it was a street ball thing. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, it's all good. Like I said, in general though, interest level in the All-Star game. Have you heard about anybody who's participating in 3-point dunk contests? What's your interest in the skills contest? Is that a thing? Do you like the way they do that?
I mean,
That's
I've
one
never
that
really
they
tuned
keep
into
toying.
that too much.
They keep toying with that a little
Yeah.
bit too. I think last year they had a like rotating fan arm type thing, you know what I'm saying? So like that you had to shoot over in one of the corners or something like that.
Okay.
Like they've been doing different things
Making
to
a
play
little
with
bit more
it.
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're also involving big men into
Yes.
the skill challenges.
Yes.
Since the NBA is so much more of a
Open court.
any
Everybody
position,
can do
everybody can
everything.
play everything. So
Mm-hmm.
they definitely, I like how they're doing that. That's one of my more entertaining things to watch since the big men are now more involved into that contest, and big men had even gone on to win the contest. So that's been something nice to watch. But generally, the dunk contest hasn't been anything in a long time.
It's missing its luster. Missing some of its luster. They still don't know how to do the showmanship thing quite right,
Yeah.
and they still try to overcompensate on trying to make the wow factor happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know, but the wow factor happens because
From
you
the
can dunk.
Right, from the dunk.
All right, regular people can't jump and get to the thing that's 10 feet in the air. It's awesome that you can dunk. You don't have to make up really silly things.
No,
Just
it's
dunk.
not necessary at all.
Just dunk. All right.
not.
Okay. Imitate the greats from the past, and we will happily enjoy watching you try to imitate them, and it will be tens across the board.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
You don't have to do anything weird.
Special, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't.
the special
No.
dunks are nice when they work.
When they work and
But,
if they work,
yeah.
and again, not even always, because I've seen ones that I still just didn't like. Like there was the one where they used the drone to drop the basketball and have it bounce. Why?
Yeah,
The
they've
drone
done some silly
addition
ones.
that wasn't
Yeah.
nice. That wasn't. I didn't like that. That was
They've
dumb.
done some silly ones. for
There's
sure.
some silly things that happen, and pulling out special balls with all kind of weird things. Someone brought one out in a glass case and it was all black and ooh.
Yeah, like
yeah, no,
that
I
doesn't
wasn't.
make it any more
It didn't do anything for me.
special.
No,
Doesn't- Yeah.
didn't help me at all. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the dunk to actually happen. Where's the dunk part? You know what I
Yeah.
think they really should do, truthfully, is tell people what the dunk is going to be. Because so often you're like, oh, what did I see? Because you're trying to figure out what did they do that was really supposed to be special or highlighted in the dunk.
Mhm.
Tell me. Tell me in advance. I'm about to do this. I'm about to go. I'm going to jump from here. I'm going to do a behind my back, full cock, smash it. You know what I'm saying? Tap the backboard. Tell me what you're going to do. I'm still going to watch and it's going to be amazing. It would build up my anticipation for like, is he really gonna be able to do that? Like, let's see it happen. You know what I'm saying?
That would
I
be
feel
an
like that
interesting
would be
aspect,
just
that
a
they would be
simple
able to
way
call out
for them
and
to
do
build
it.
up some of the anticipation for the moment and make it a little bit more exciting type of thing. But you don't have to do nothing crazy, I don't think, to make the dunk contest work again. But they keep messing it up. Are there anybody who you like to see in the dunk contest? Not that again, I don't know a lot of actual NBA All-Stars that really compete in the dunk contest anymore like that. But
I mean, that's the main problem. It's not a lot
Right.
of
because if I had
mainstream
my
talent.
call, let's be clear, it'd be like John Moran, Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilchrist.
LeBron.
I put LeBron in there for the first time. That would be totally blow my mind status right there.
Zion.
Zion.
I would put
Ooh.
Zion in there.
See what I'm saying? Now that's an NBA dunk contest, okay? Get the real people to participate,
Right.
and we'll watch the dunk contest.
We'll
for
watch
real.
the dunk contest, and it might actually be entertaining.
Yeah.
then. But
Yeah.
I feel like until anybody real, because back in the day, you guys had Jordan and them doing it.
Right.
And then
That's the
coming up in the
joint right
2000s, you had guys like Vince and T-Mac
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
So, I feel
I
like that
missed
was
the
when
group.
it was at the peak,
Yeah,
when
I
the
missed the
actual
ones.
dunkers that we
Yeah.
love to see dunk was going out there and
Right.
actually doing dunks.
Let's see.
So,
Y'all do them in practice. You do them in warm-up lines. Why won't you come out and do it for All-Star Weekend? It's just, it's for fun for the fans. Like,
it's tough.
They like we're done with that pony show nonsense. You ain't gonna have me out here puppet master. You get my
Everything
work
about not
on the
getting
court.
injured now.
And well, I feel like a lot of it actually is about marketing. They don't want to look bad. I
Right,
can't
and
look
that.
like a
And missing
loser
a dunk or something.
or miss a dunk and be no. I can't have none of that. That's all bad media. You see what they do on social media with just like my regular in-game mistakes. What will they do at an All-Star game mistake? No, I don't need that. I don't need that in today's world. Thank you very much.
It would definitely be. I mean, their DMs would be full. Like, that was terrible. I don't know what that was, but
Yeah.
don't do it again.
A lot of comedians about to come up. They're gonna have whole skits on that whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, he could do this. He could do that. He couldn't do it at this All Star though. You know, it's all types of. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely gonna be headlining.
I'm telling you, I feel like it's more about that though than anything else. To be honest with you, the injury thing is what you hear. And I'm not saying that injuries don't happen, but if injuries are more likely to happen in the actual All-Star game than they are at the actual dunk contest. So yeah, any of those three events. So again, if you're really worried about that, then it's more about the game than those. I don't think that that's a real thing. I think it's
Just
more
a
about
reason for them to
reputation.
give.
And you know what I'm saying? Cats don't want to look bad. They don't want to look like they lost at something or have some outtake blemish goof thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's more about that than anything else. But
100%.
anyway, whatever. And 3-point contest is to me should have been moved to being the premier thing probably about 10 years ago. Like everybody's really
At this point,
interested,
yes.
I think, at this point.
In this decade of basketball, yes,
Yes.
it definitely should be the main thing. I don't want to say the best 3-point shooters shoot every year, but you know, some top shooters shoot every year. You know, every time you see a 3-point contest, you're like, oh yeah, any of these guys have a chance to win. You know, like either last year or the year before, Karl-Anthony Towns won.
There we go.
You know,
Yeah, that was dope. That was a surprise shocker for me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I do know that Karl-Anthony Towns has a jumper, but to win the 3-point contest, that was a shocker. And again, I'm cool with anybody again because again, the NBA is truly open in that way. Like there are true big men who are snipers out here. So again, put them in the 3-point contest as long as they can, you know, drop buckets.
light it up. That's what we like to see.
There we go. There we go.
We like to see it. So 3-point contest is definitely something I look forward to. You know, the rookie game.
I heard Steph might be in it this year too.
Yeah, you know, Steph's been in a couple times.
I know, and so when he shows up, it's definitely
always
something to watch. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
of
Like
course.
you got to do something to beat Steph. You can't beat Steph with a weak
With a
game.
week
You know what I'm
performance,
saying?
nope.
Yeah,
It's not happening.
So I definitely, again, that automatically to me entices me to again be excited for the 3-point contest. But they can put 1,000 different snipers from the in the 3-point contest.
Mm-hmm.
So, but is there anyone who you would like to see in the 3-point contest in particular?
Specifically? No, I mean, you know, Curry. Curry's the guy.
Long as Steph's in it, watchable.
They gotta see.
Must see TV. Okay, bet. All right, well, that's the All-Star portion of the NBA conversation. We running good time right now. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump into these trade talks. You know what I'm saying? Trade deadline info. You got all the 411. I mean, I think first and foremost, you've been wanting to tell me who's your team that needs to actually be doing some trade work, that needs to get into the action. Who's your biggest?
My biggest team would be, my biggest team would be the Bulls, just because they've got
Chicago.
so
Okay.
much different talent right now.
Yeah.
And not that their talent is necessarily worth, you know, abundance of stuff. Like I don't think they're gonna get no more than maybe a first round pick or maybe 2 for Zach LaVine. Same with DeRozan, they might get 1, a couple seconds, and Vucevic, they might get 1, a couple of seconds, or a second for Vucevic. But I think that all the talents they have could at least merit them 1 first round pick, and getting the first round pick for 4 different, getting 4 different first round picks, or maybe 5 different first round picks from those 4 players would definitely jumpstart a rebuild for them, and I feel like help them, you know, what they rebuild. I think they need to rebuild. They've been in Midtown for years and years now.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, but they again, the thing with them is they're one of those teams that have not fully been able to come together because Lonzo is a huge part of what they actually want to see happen in Chicago, but he hasn't been able to be a healthy participant. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Although I will say I'm past waiting on him.
Right.
I'm way past waiting on him. I think that once you give somebody a full season and then they can't recover and come back and actually play at least a substantial part of the year, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, all right, you're too injury prone and you're a liability. It's time to definitely look for how can we get out of this situation, this contract. I can't keep you on board no more.
That's one thing.
And so I think they've held on to him specifically for way too long.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the way that I see the Levine and DeRozan play together when they're on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like they body things. You know what I'm saying? They do real work. If you can just put a supporting cast and give them a solid third you know what I'm saying action person. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely still can see that possibly working. And I love DeRozan. DeRozan is actually one of my favorite low key players in the NBA. I think that he's kind of been snubbed. You know what I'm saying, a few times by teams, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So I really have a high level of respect for him. Again, you're right. Maybe, again, it is time for just him to move to the next place, though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about the journey. You got to just keep going until you find the right fit. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I understand. I definitely understand. What have they been together for now? 4 seasons?
4 or 5. My biggest problem with
Blow it
that
up.
team is just that I don't see Zach LaVine being the main guy on any team. You know, that's my main problem. I think Zach LaVine is their main guy, and he's not a main guy.
I got you.
That's
And I do have a thing about guards being your main guy. Like I think you need a forward to be or a big man to be.
I mean, you need an elite guard. It's not a lot of Steph Currys that come around.
There we go.
So,
There we go.
and in the last,
That's real.
decade or so, that's been the only guard that's been out here winning championships as the best player on his team. So,
Okay.
I don't like.
Okay.
I just don't like the same thing with the Knicks. I think they're gonna still need a real superstar. I don't know. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and OG is cool, but they still need somebody who's real.
Okay.
Who's gonna be sincere and take them over that edge.
You don't think OG's gonna step into that role?
OG's stepped into his role already. He stepped into his role. He's scoring 14. He's grabbing about
that's not
7 boards.
That ain't enough.
It's not enough.
That's
It's not
not
going to give them
that's
over.
not.
It's going to get them to the place where they are looking to be at where right now, as with Jalen Brunson as their best player. But
Okay.
same
All
thing.
right.
We've seen guys like Dame come in the league and not do anything.
Like I said, yeah, guards leading your
It's
team
hard.
is hard. So
Hard.
DeRozan needs to get on another squad that's got a solid, another solid star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter again if he's
Same thing with
forward or
Levine.
guard or
Same
whatever.
thing
So,
with
yeah, I like to see him do that.
Vucevic. So
Yeah, I mean, speaking of guards and transitions, Terry Rozier got picked up,
to the Heat. Yep.
went to the Heat. For Kyle Lowry, I mean, I like Terry Rozier. I think he brings a level of energy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got that competitive fire, but I don't know if he's the
missing
answer
piece,
or
yeah.
the missing piece. Not